Most people wait to plan for retirement until just a few years before retirement or even the year of. I want to take a different approach. I want to do it in advance, and actually about 15 years in advance. So I'm doing things a little differently. And I'm not doing this to try and avoid work. I'm trying to do this to be prepared for that day so that my wife and I can actually live the life that we envision for ourselves. And today I'm going to talk about 5 areas that I think are critical, that we've been talking about, that I've been working on, that I think are key and paramount to being prepared for that day of retirement. These 5: money, home, travel, health, and hobbies. So when that day comes, I'm going to be starting to live my life that I envision in retirement right at that moment, and not scratching my head and trying to figure out, now what do I do? Early retirement, retiring on time, doesn't matter. Financial is paramount. It is the foundation. So next I want to talk about money. I've been aggressively working on this for years and years and years. So early on, both my wife and I were investing in our company 401k, taking advantage of company match. Each year that we would get a wage increase, we would be increasing our contributions until it was maxed out. And then at age 50, we get that magic, beautiful, wonderful thing of additional catch-up money that the federal government says that you can do through a 401k plan. So we max that out. But that's not enough. We also invest into index funds, mutual funds. We try and diversify our portfolio, take advantage of tax code, but basically be ready for anything that might happen now. So to have an emergency fund, have some liquid investments, and then also have that compound and build for our future in retirement. My goal is that when we retire, we don't want to get to that point of, can we retire? Are we financially ready? I would like to remove the financial equation from that and just know that we are in fact ready financially to retire. And we'll be able to do all the things that we have dreamt about doing. So preparing and starting early on is a major key for that. One mindset shift that I've had as far as money and finances is that it is not just about numbers. Wealth is just not about the dollars. It is about the time that it saves down the road. It is about the time that you get back in life because you prepared and worked hard early on. And that's what I think is kind of foundational for me. Also, living within our means and not overspending and having our lifestyle grow to a point where that's not sustainable going forward while working, as well as sustainable in retirement. So every dollar that we invest today is time that we get down the road to live the life that we envision. Okay, second is home. And this one is a tough one for me because we purchased our home about 15 years ago, and I thought our home could be our forever home. So I was thinking about all the requirements that we needed to raise our family and thinking about, could we retire in this home? Could we stay in this home as we aged? And for the most part, it's yes, but it's not entirely. So we have been investing into our home to make it as comfortable and livable as we can right now, as well as making smart decisions when we do updates so that it stands the test of time and we can carry that into retirement if we choose to stay here. There are some things about this home that I don't like, and ultimately I don't feel this is the home for us in retirement. So I am constantly always looking for what else is out there. And some of the things that I look at is single floor living, Right now, we have a 2-story home and we have a laundry in the basement. I would like laundry on first floor. I would like the primary bedroom and bathroom to be on first floor. If it has a second floor, maybe that's where a couple of guest rooms are so that the grandkids can scatter upstairs, but I won't have to. Ultimately, I would prefer a single floor. Size of property, width of doorways, these are all things to consider when you're building your home for retirement. Now, we will have our house paid for, so I'm not worried financially about our home and needing to downsize, meaning to downsize the dollars. But if we downsize, it's going to be for better square footage and better use, more comfortable living. I think very intentionally about so many things in life, and home is one of them. And I think that I have more road to travel there and find the perfect home and setup. So actually, I would love to hear from you guys if you've got comments on how your priority of these falls and how well prepared you are for things. Let's move on to the third. Yes, and that third is travel. And my wife is always constantly reminding me about, hey, we're going to travel in retirement, but we can't save it all for retirement because you never know. You have to live for today too. We have always incorporated travel into our lifestyle. It has mostly been in the U.S. We have ventured outside of the U.S. some, but not a lot, but mostly in the U.S. And we've been very fortunate to be able to travel around a lot. And I think that's important because we're also learning what kind of trips we like, what kind of trips we don't like, what kind of locations we like, how we like to travel. And if there's certain things that are difficult to do later in life, like we've been whitewater rafting in Montana. Well, I don't know if we'll be able to whitewater raft in Montana in retirement, if we'll be physically able to do that. So there are certain things that if you know you for sure want to do, they're on your bucket list, don't wait and save everything for retirement. Start traveling early to learn what kind of traveler you are, how to best do it, certainly accomplish those things that are going to be really difficult to do in retirement. And then you can also start to build that longer wish list so that when you do retire and you want to continue traveling, not starting a new kind of life, but continuing the life that you built, you'll have that great list of places and you'll know how to maximize and make it efficient. And you could use all of the skills and all the knowledge that you've learned through your years of travel leading up to that and fulfill your actual travel dreams in the best way possible. So for me, I am preparing by traveling. Step 4, health. And if I'm being honest, what good is money and time if you don't bring your health along with you? I mean, this is so huge for me that I know I want to be healthy as I get older and move into the retirement years. I want to be able to do all the things that I've got in my head rattling around on my bucket list. And being healthy is critical. And the way that I go about that, and I'm not going nuts and extreme, but I have made lifestyle changes. I have been very intentional about things that I do to start building better habits for a better, healthy lifestyle. One thing is I've altered how I eat so that I'm just eating better foods and less of the junk, even though I love a cookie, I love cake, I will have those, but not gorge on them. So I'm trying to build better habits in how I eat, how I sleep so that I'm well rested. I go to the gym consistently now. I go about 5-6 days a week. I am doing some weightlifting. I am also doing some work on a treadmill. I have built a habit now where I want to go. I just feel the need to go. And if I'm not able to go, then I feel off and I don't like that. So I know in retirement, I will be consistently going. I will keep that up. And I think that is huge for the way I feel, not just today, how I'll feel next year, the year after that, as well as long into retirement. So health is huge. Preventative care. Health really is preventative care. And it is the biggest investment that we can make in retirement. Bigger than financial, bigger than anything. So please, I encourage you to go out there and think about your health and what you can do so that you can set yourself up now for that time when it comes later to feel like you're 30 when you're 70. Okay, the fifth thing, hobbies. Oh boy, hobbies. I love hobbies. I have a lot of them. I have so many that I don't even have time for them. One reason why I'm looking forward to retirement. But I'm also fearful. I do not want to retire and sit there and go, now what? So how I'm going to keep that from happening is not just wait for that time to say, I need a hobby or I need a few hobbies. What should I try? And then try all kinds of things that I know that I don't like. I have hobbies in place now that I know I enjoy. I once upon a time did stained glass and I loved that. I got away from it. I'm now going to be getting back into that because I want to pursue that again just to make sure that I still love it going into retirement. I've always loved cars and kind of tinkering on that, so I've got that hobby. I loved woodworking and working on a house and remodeling and that kind of thing. I really don't want to do the remodeling thing anymore, but a little bit of woodworking, possibly. I've gotten into this YouTube thing, so that's a new hobby for me. I might want to keep pursuing that if everybody keeps giving me thumbs up and liking what I'm doing. Gardening. You know, my background is horticulture. I work for a landscape contractor, so I love doing stuff outside. I want to pursue that as well. I have a whole list of things. I'm a researcher by nature, so I'm always looking up certain things and wanting to learn. So I know in retirement, I'm going to want to continue to learn, try new things, but I'm also going to want my old standby hobbies that I know that I can just go do and get fulfillment out of. And I don't want to wait to that last minute. So I want to enter retirement knowing what lights me up. So yeah, I'm planning for retirement about 15 years early. In fact, if I was telling the truth, I've been planning for retirement for the last 30 years, and now I'm just hyper-focused on the next 15 years. And I'm not doing this to check out, and I'm not doing this like really looking forward to that day and I can't wait and I'm like checking off the days and putting red X's. It's not that at all. It's because I want to be ready, and not just financially, but mentally, emotionally, physically ready. And ready to not just start a great life at that moment, but to continue the great life that I have going right now so that I don't even skip a beat. If that resonates with you, I would love to hear your thoughts on if you're around my age and still see retirement out there a ways and what you're doing to prepare, or if you're in retirement, advice that you have that you can share to help us as we make our journey towards that day. So, as always, thank you so very much, and we'll see you in the next one.